realized that it might be a little bit laggy on my side too, so starting over again, continuing forth. Encapsulated DNA.
Oh, goodness.
From Samina Abaji to Elizabeth Sobek, and the winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions. Magnetic, optical, quantum, even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings. Too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allotted space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 40 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 plus years. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction? It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life is the hero, beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. And also with you. There's all those brandy boys out there. All those rowdy, dirty boys.
I think I did this part by throwing a drone to alert them, and they came into the room like one by one.
I wish that they would behave like that in Ultra Hard. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset, with attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with the children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aphasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina.
And also with you.
She's coming for us!
Well, maybe we shouldn't have shut up.
Try to run!
Oh.
Try that too if you don't... You're
Dick.
lost contact!
That's a shame for you.
You will not escape me!
Probably behind glass or something.
All right, new.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fear the power!
Yeah, he did. Fuck!
Oh, he's got fire.
Yeah.
Kid?
That is some rude shit, my dude. Very ouchy.
That's the last of him.
once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
God damn it, Silence, can you get it yourself?
Seriously, dude.
You're not broken.
You're gonna be a dick about it. What this?
What are you still sneaking around?
Hey, I don't know when more pieces of shit are gonna come through. Yes, we are. Sort of.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope
Redeeming?
that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Yeah, this guy, remember we saw him before telling Dr. Sobek that he wanted his testimonial to be included. Ooh, lots of points.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the... what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. And what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Noise complaints from Travis Tate. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore? Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav doesn't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazz, nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citra rum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds, hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music. 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gore grind, some Swedish cannibal-themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see, or hear rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of Goliath Deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Jesus Christ. Last I heard, we was supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? No, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav.
That's why he's the best.
I fucking love Travis Tate. Hades protocol. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers. Sometimes her arms, too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business, so I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for the wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly re-reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, these blues are plenty strongs. Guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll back to it tomorrow, alligators. Big mood. Archive abuse. From Samina Abaji to Travis Tate, CC Elizabeth Sobek. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo Archive submission number 000023876. Your 666th submission in just 5 days, and ooh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings re inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me, then, to thank you on 2 accounts. Number 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just 1, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. Number 2, for clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied in Judge Potter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions, sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time that you would have spent preparing future submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work? We have a world to save, after all, or the rest of us do, anyway. Dr. Samina Abachi.
She did not want peace to be with him.
Also, like, full title and everything.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Oh, so narrow. Oh.
Oh, Clipping, that's my favorite.
Oh, data
Welcome
points.
to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Raleigh Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
FZ Chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They're a revelation, astonishing. I don't know what you had to give for Far Zenith in trade for these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved, nutritional delivery resolved, hormonal stability resolved, 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand. But if the rest of FZ's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for a few hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. PBK. Cradle Servitor Personae. Development of the artificial personae for Cradle Servitors, Nurturer, Disciplinarian, Healer, continues at a good pace. We are targeting Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavior sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated. Especially concerning are entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer personae. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will. Amusing on first glance, perhaps, but deeply concerning. I have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings. Ingest, data corrupted.
God damn it, Data.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Penny, be nice. Cradle sealed. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Ping back from crucial systems is good. For our maiden voyage, a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there is margin for refinement in future cradle populations. Donk.
Bonk.
Donk. In addition to personally overseeing completion of the Eleuthia 02 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week.
All good for you.
Okay. Ooh. Gotta go up. Yes, of course.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Damn straight you do.
Mm-hmm. It is. You definitely need to get out there.
Tylenol PM.
Oh, okay.
If I take them now, I'll be tired by 11.
Well, if that's all you need, Benadryl.
Maybe take one of those.
That's the active ingredient.
That's what's in Tylenol PM,
Mhm.
so she's my doctor told me to take extra. Okay.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh god. I haven't been on a bed this low before in a long time. We had an extra bed break.
Mm.
Maybe I'll break through my ghost later too.
Oh. That would be fancy. So much bullshit. Just
Did they give you a bigger
bullshit.
bag? And
Nope.
nope. You're only level 7.
So it just tallies your progress by giving you a new level every time you get 100,000 experience.
Oh. Sweet.
Yeah, because I'm max level.
How many boars have you killed?
Not very many.
God, you're a turkey murderer, though.
I keep running over turkeys. 1,104, 725 headshots.
Or Aloy, bringer of death.
Yeah, Jesus. All these people worked so hard to revive humanity, and then Aloy comes through. She's just like, the fuck is up? Maybe.
I do like lobster pot wherever he went.
Right?
Why never go to a briny?
What is it?
Perkins. There's lobster pot and fishnet.
Probably related.
Splash out of hopping in murky water. She has a very nice package too.
Yes, she does. Oh, gotcha. Just cat things.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
You know what that one first?
Oh, I don't know.
Stuff.
There's so much stuff. Nothing. I waited for you.
Nuts would benefit from antilopinate morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet...
And yet, I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
You made your robot
Looks like it
lady
used to
sad.
hold something. Some component that got removed. You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Oh. The robot felt feelings.
No.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is,
Give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
How enormous can I make my middle finger?
I don't know what Elizabeth's wearing, but it looks super comfortable.
It does. It looks mad comfy.
Yeah, poke it with your
Odyssey has failed. From Elizabeth Sobek to all Alphas. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build-up Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed.
no problem.
Oh boy, okay, alright. Artemis status. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it, if those words can still mean anything yet. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas, suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many lates. Too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now, not like this. Not on our watch. Ronson. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, okay.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, this fucker.
Fuck.
Should've ran.
Still alive. Good.
Oh no.
I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Like,
That was very rude.
Why would you curb stomp someone? Oh,
My
shit.
entire life,
This is not a good place.
I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing, and when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
Rust, you know it was wrong trying to bore me to death.
Boom. Sassy Aloy is besting.
I mean, it was Rost, but...
If you're gonna go on babbling like this all night, could you just kill me now?
Oh no, we're in no hurry,
Oh.
you and I. Not now.
Maybe some physical torture to distract me from your voice?
At that moment, on the mountain, I aimed to kill you with dispatch, and yet did not. Why? This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step.
He's got such
It
a
was
soft
only when
voice.
I captured you, down in that
I know,
place,
it's relaxing. I was just
that
listening
I
to the voice
finally
actor.
glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Get fucked, homeboy. The sun wants to dick me down. You're a thug, you're a fool, you're a puppet.
All of them.
How are we gonna call this piece of shit out?
Yeah, none of those are.
I mean, you know that whatever she says is gonna be at least 17 times more scathing.
Right.
Choice D is shut up. All of the above.
Vision circles.
I have no idea. You're a fool.
You're an idiot.
Ha!
A dangerous idiot. But an idiot. All this talk of destiny and fate. I'm sure Hades speaks the same language, doesn't he? You're being played for a fool. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the
He's
point.
got husky eyes.
As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
She will
The
fucking...
circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
You fucking kidding me?
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile.
Punch him in his gut.
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Apparently nothing gets Helis off like murder.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be
Shut your
dead.
whore mouth.
And Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
Fuck.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons.
Fuck.
Weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it.
No! No! It's so fast. You get me, bitch.
A mess?
Yeah. Come on, bitch.
That did it. One more pillar and that platform will come down.
Fuck.
And my weapons with it. It's down.
Girly. She's like a theater major. She's feeling it.
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back?
Oh! God damn it. Fuck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it!
No.
Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its lift attacks.
Oh no. 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 That has fucked me up so many times before. Jesus. Fuck me, dude. Fuck.
Hey! Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! Maybe those carcasses have parts I can use. Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its lift attacks. Freeze canister on its hips. Cryo arrows should set it off. That canister on its belly looks important.
Yeah, because I have to focus. These motherfuckers don't actually care. Dying? Oh shit! Oh no! It just got smashed in the head with a boulder! Fuck! Shield weave!
Hey!
shield weave.
Guess who got her weapons back? Now you're just a big dumb target. Come and get it! Those components on the sides of its head. I think that's something to do with his lift attacks.
Shot a bunch of people. Damn! Bitches. I'm gonna be crying so hard when I liberate you all to death. Hell no, that's my boyfriend.
Canister on its hips. Cryo arrow should set it off. Gotta check the machine carcasses. They might have parts. That canister on its belly. Looks important.
Oh no. Oh. Oh. That's not good. That's extremely not good.
No ammunition.
Oh, don't! It's stuck! Oh god. Ah! Ha! You big dumb bitch! Teabag this piece of shit.
Silence! Shadows, kill her!
Look at some corruptors.
Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
What? Look. Homeboy.
Silence.
He doesn't half-ass the rest. They're like, fuck yeah. like how you just saw into the future, Kit.
And now we'll have an evening stroll on our horse.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's Sacred Mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Oh no, I've still got questions.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus.
Creeper.
Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Alright. Wow. Guess that's that then. Let's check out this. Let's check out this,
Terrible armor.
this armor that's awful, but...
Plus the bright red hair.
matches the feathered headdress. Alright. So I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I think that we will call it here for the night.
Okay.
But, I'm gonna, yeah, because, I mean, we are like in the, ooh, we can finish up with advantage. How's that sound, Kit? Shit's gonna go down.
Gold web.
Come here, you little...
Oh. Hey, at least I got a lot of advantages. Just like put myself on the side. Yes, I can.
Oh, what the fuck? god, this armor is trash. That would have been just, like, fucking shameful. Alright, Vantage.
Day 12. As we watched the booster arc up into the night sky, riding a pillar of flame, you took my hand, squeezed it, and said, "You have written the story of our family across the stars."
Let's go get the full text. Collect. Hi, Ma. Last stop. After this, I'll have said everything I need to. It was just a routine launch, but for us it might have as well have been Apollo 11. It was my first payload, a seeker extractor with an upgraded propulsion system I'd designed. The vehicle was destined for M89282, an asteroid rich in ruthenium and tungsten. A metallurgic claim, as it happened. A family event through and through. So there we stood, in the open air as night fell and the stars came up. And of course I was thinking of that night years before when we watched the Perseids together and talked and dreamed of this very moment. You were thinking of it too, because when the booster launched, as it rose into the sky on its jet of flame, you took my hand and said, "You have written the story of our family across the stars." Even then, I knew it wasn't true. The vehicle was headed for a rock, not a star. It was a routine launch, not some voyage of discovery, but my heart was too full to quibble. I just smiled and squeezed your hand back. It was the finest moment of my life. You and me, Ma. Onwards and upwards, the start of great things. But after you died and I broke down, the meaning of that night changed. Everything that had seemed wonderful seemed to turn rotten and false. It seemed false because I knew, because it was false. I'd never written anything across the stars. Sure, I'd hoped to work on a project like that, a deep space probe or colony ship, but it never happened, and now that my career was over, it never would. And then, when I found out about the plague, the memory haunted me even worse. Because it wasn't just me who failed to write a story across the stars, you see? It was all of us, our entire species. All our innovation, all our tech, all our striving, and it came to zero. I've been looking up at the stars a lot, Ma, and the only story I see written across them is that we are small and insignificant and will soon disappear with hardly a trace left behind. It's a hard story, and I don't much like it, so I guess maybe what I've been trying to do these past 12 days is tell a different story. Not a big story written across the stars, but a tiny one, written across the humble earth of the only world we ever got to know. I have no reason to think that anyone or anything will survive to ever read it, but whether that happens or not, the truth of the story remains, that once upon a time, on a planet called Earth, there was a boy named Bashar who loved his mother very, very much. Goodbye, Ma. I love you.
Aww.
Bashar Mahdi, son of Amal and Bayez Mahdi, stepson of Wyatt Mahande. 24th of November, 2064.
Just had to end it on a sad note.
Yeah, I didn't realize that one was going to be quite so grim. Jesus. Alright, well, next time we reconvene, we're gonna... Ooh, looks fun. Whoa! Oh! Okay, alright.
That hurts. I have to mend these wounds.
Oh, that's right, I am in shit shape, aren't I?
I like that she drives the point home by like holding her gut like God damn it, Claire.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, shit got real tonight. So, we will regroup soon. Sleep well, buddy.